same analysis, uh, on and on and on. I just wish I had time to sit and write like Dinesh D'Souza because I would have been far out ahead of this thing. So we are broadcasting live, and I'm having too much fun here. I just want you folks to know that. So let's play clip '04 of Dinesh and Megan. She's more like Obama than like Bill. That's Dinish's assessment, and I have to concur. But he talks about the analogy like, how do we stop Obama? What should we do with Obama? And I think it was interesting his perspective. So let's pull up clip '06. We're going to skip to '06. They don't get, and they don't get it that we and what we think is more important than what they're doing. They don't get it. So let's flip forward to what the politicians don't get when we come back after this break. We'll be right back. Thank you. 800 259 5791. 800 259 5791. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, we're back. We are back, and been working hard this morning, getting some things out that I wanted to talk about. We always move a little quickly on the show, so we have so much to do, so many things to talk about. Laura Ingraham is talked about giving a heads up to Mr. Bratt, and Huckabee is very clear about why Bratt won. So I want to go back to Huck and play Huck 03, and then we'll, or 02, I'm sorry, 02, and then we'll switch, excuse me, to Laura. I'm on the air, Keith. What's going on? I got it. Hey, you know what? We have to get back to this Brat thing, and Brat was very clear. That's why he won, folks. That's the only reason he won. We're going to play 03, and then we're going to go to Laura Ingram, and then we're going to come back with our tribute to Jack Roser. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm sorry, Keith. I got your. Just text me the number, okay? That's okay. Okay, thank you. That's it. Just pass a little background check. Let's have people who are working here, who should work here, who are licensed to work here, who have the right to work here. The world is a right to work place. You have illegals going in from Africa, Morocco into Spain, taking Spanish jobs, taking Italian jobs. Let me tell you, folks, there is a rift around the world of poor people going to and invading richer nations. Like they're owed something, like they're entitled. Sorry, you were born in a poor country. You're a poor citizen. That's what God willed, not for you to come to America and take American jobs. And I told you about my experience up in South Haven over the weekend with these people who were so into illegal or immigration until I said, well, let me go over and get some Africans and bring them over here, 10 million Africans. That changed that whole thought process. Sorry, don't want the Africans. They're a little too brown. Anyway, let's hear what Laura Ingram had to say about her influence and her impact on the race. So we'll pick up with Laura 01. Yeah, LL. I'm sorry. 01. No, it doesn't make you into a political activist. I don't think. I mean, I've done the same thing. I continue to do the same thing. Speak out for candidates, support issues that are right. Like here in Chicago, I supported bringing Walmart into the city. I supported Howard Brookins, a Democrat, helped him fight that battle. I helped also fight the on the McDonald case and our concealed weapons laws. Helped to get those changed. So those are things that Charles Butler is looking at doing, or doing and participating in. That they may be considered political activism. I just consider them part of the job. Let's play Laura O2, please. Well, let's switch to three. Okay, we're gonna switch to this commercial and the commercial break. Will be when we come out of the break. We'll have with us uh, three gentlemen who are good friends of mine. We'll be talking about Mr. Jack Roser, great American, great conservative, great philanthropist. Okay, welcome to the Charles Butler Show. We are broadcasting live on Genesis Communication Network. As I had said earlier, we are doing a tribute this morning today to Jack Roser, great American, great conservative, and a great philanthropist who has reached out and touched the hearts and minds of many people, not only here in Illinois but around the country. And I want to welcome to the show three of my good friends, Mr. Jim Bassett, Mr. Mike Miller, and Mr. Keith Hansen, who are all good friends of Mr. Roser's too, and we all bring our stories in a different perspective. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm sorry that we have to meet under these this situation, but it's really an honor and a going home to talk about a man of Jack's esteem. We couldn't do this any other time, but um, we all have our stories to tell about Jack, and I like Jim. You worked with Jack for a number of years. You started the thing off. What story would you like to share about Jack that we wouldn't know here in the audience? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hey, Mike, you spent you've spent a few hours with Jack B. Slightly before he passed. You would like to share, and you spent a lot of time with him. Can you share some things with us about the old man, as we call him, that we might? That's Jack Roser. Hey, Keith, it's your turn now. Yeah, it's true. I can tell you that I learned so much about politics on the state and local level from that organization that he put together, and how to really attack and go after, the status quo. It's really interesting that the establishment. Jack was the Tea Party long before the Tea Party became a group, in my opinion. In that his ideas, the way he looked at government, the way he looked at what politicians needed to do, uh, he was at the forefront of that. And then all of a sudden we had the Tea Party movement in 2009. So I don't know about you all, but I that's the way I see Jack, as a trailblazer, a visionary, a man who Um, Came from a different generation, but was very in touch with what was happening today. I love, I love it, Mike. That was great. That was great. That was great. You know, there were so many stories about the old man that people talked about yesterday. There were the funny side. You know, he had a great sense of humor, and he was always laughing, even when he got serious. He's very serious and very focused, and then all of a sudden he cracked a joke. And I noticed last night that Tom is a chip off the old block. He has those quirky little stories to tell and little sayings, that he's heard from his father over the years. Say that again, Keith. Yeah, same twinkle. Yeah, that little devilish Irish glint. I love it. I love it. Hey, but folks, go ahead. Another thing that's often not pointed out is Jack's generosity. Jack, the so-called conservative, racist, crazy man, supported several black Catholic schools on the South Side for over 20 years. Never talked about it, never made a big deal of it, just quietly supported those schools and those kids because he wanted them to have a quality education. He bought what is it? Those sonograph machines, ultrasound machines, to look at babies and made sure babies were healthy that were coming into the world when the county wouldn't do that. So here's a man who was a conservative, caring, like most of the conservatives that I know. But that's not something that's ever portrayed in the media, never written about in newspapers, about what our conservative friends do out here on a daily basis for mankind and humanity. Right. Well, it is amazing, man, and that's what we loved about Jack. He was an amazing man, and thank God that he was with us for so long and touched so many lives in so many different ways. Um, so where do you guys want to go with this? Because I'm open. So jump in. Incredible, incredible. Yeah, they do. That's right. That's exactly right. Yep. That's Jack Roser, man. It's incredible, these stories. These are stories that we won't read in an obituary. These are stories that we won't see on television. But I tell you, whenever I think of Jack, I always think of that World War II picture of him sitting in that gun turret and him telling stories about how he got busted to a buck private from a corporal. Hey folks, hey folks, we'll be right back with a tribute to Jack Roser with Mike Miller, Jim Bassett, and Keith Hansen. So stay tuned. Keith Hansen. Okay, welcome back to the Charles Butler Show, broadcasting live from Genesis Communication Network. And I'm here with Mr. Keith Hansen, Mike Miller. Okay, welcome back to the Charles Butler Show. I'm here broadcasting live on Genesis Communication Network out of Chicago, Illinois. And I have with me three of my good friends. We're paying a tribute to Jack Roser, Mr. Keith Hansen, Mr. Mike Miller, Mr. Jim Bassett. Hey, guys, this is a very short segment, so I want you to kind of take a minute or so and kind of sum up your feelings and thoughts about Jack Roser. Keith, you go first. Yeah, great. Mike, Mike Miller, Mike, are you there? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Jim. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, it's a party that does not want to be held accountable, and they think that they know more than we do, and that's not going to work. It's not going to work, and I tell people that they don't get it. I mean, Brat is just one person. The This thing with Cantor is going to spread like wildfire. People are tired of these so-called Republicans acting like Democrats and not taking care of the people's business. And I think the uniting issue will be immigration. Mike Miller, are you there? I guess Mike dropped off, but uh, uh-huh. Yeah, no question. And I mean that line, I haven't seen anything like that for a person in a very, very, very long time. I've seen that kind of thing for public officials, but it's showed that he's a very special man. I hope his son and his family appreciated it. Hmm. Well, that's great. It's great news. It's great to hear. Keith, mhm. Amazing, isn't it? It's a great thing. Great thing. Hey, Keith. Well, that's the music. We got 30 seconds here. I'm giving that to you. All right. That's great. Okay, we'll be right back. Yeah. No, we're done. Yeah, it's half hour. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're a little paranoid, huh? Yeah, that's right. So look, where's the funeral going to be? What time does it start? Okay. But it's where the gas stations are. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how far it is to get out there because it takes me a while to get out there. Hey, you get the did you get the you didn't give me the oh, I know where that place is. It's what's called a cotillion or something. Yeah. And so it's at SR 31 and and SR 72. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure that out with it. Yeah. 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 I came through it last night. So I'm just looking at the time in my oh shit. See, it's like an hour and 17 minutes. So if I leave after the show's over, if I it's an hour and 17 minutes without traffic. I'm just looking at Google. Google is 117 minutes. Google Maps. 49 minutes without traffic. Show traffic. They got traffic. So and so what and then so how long is the funeral gonna be? Okay. Well, they had a pretty good turnout last night. Yeah, dignitary. It just shows you the kind of stature he had. Oh yeah, constantly. But you know the guy there last night, the guy who was the new chairman. This motherfucker. He's a country club motherfucker. He tried to diss me, man. Like like I was a homeboy and shit. I was like, fuck this motherfucker. I know motherfuckers like him. I've seen motherfuckers like him come and go on the national level, not the state level, on the national level. You should. You should. I'm gonna give him a chance. That's not saying much, bro. Well, man, I've been up working. I got another hour to go. Yeah. Okay, baby. All right. Bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Talkers. Welcome back to the Charles Butler Show. We are broadcasting live from Genesis Communications here in Chicago. So, look, folks, we have Justin Dandorf with us, who is the General Counsel for the National Center for Public Policy Research. Welcome back to the show, Justin. I understand that you had an interesting exchange with the President CEO of CNN about their liberal bias. Share that with us. And I saw the video. It is great. Right. No, it's true. But check this out. Um, as you so eloquently point out, the bias is so just rampant. They have a whole LBGT agenda. They talk about gay this, gay that all the time, and I turn on the I was sitting with a friend of mine's kids who were like 7, 8 years old, and they were asking questions about this gay thing. And the father, who's an MD, was trying to explain it to them. And he says, I get so tired of turning on the television and having to deal with issues like ED. What's ED? What's ED? Dealing with sex. He said, and the thing is, this whole issue of LBGT is around sex and personal preference. Why is it in the national discourse? Why these people know that they're, in my opinion, know they're wrong, know that they have issues, and they want to make their issues everybody else's issues because they feel LGBT today. And there's no rhyme or reason for this behavior in public except for the fact that these people want to be special. But your point about the CNN bias, the CNN leaning left. I mean, if you're a journalist, and I'm not a journalist, I just happen to be a business guy who's in politics and doing talk show. But the bias, I always try to present a fair and measured approach. I don't know how measured, but measured approach about issues. But I use facts. These people don't use any facts. It's like, how do you talk about a president and you won't even talk about his college records? You won't talk about the job he's had before. You won't talk about anything in his history. Come on. Right. Right. So so people who advertise on CNN are basically losing money. They're supporting a political agenda instead of an audience building news network. I think I look at CNN much like I look at the what is it, the Newsweek. The only thing true in that title is week.